Batman, The Last Night on Earth, written by Scott Snyder, art by Greg Capullo. So this is sort of the end cap of Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo's Batman work. Back when the New 52 started, Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo were working together, and they were doing the Batman book, and it was probably the best of all the New 52 books that were out back then, and they had a very long run. And now with this 3-issue storyline, it's sort of going to be the ending to their story. Yeah, this story is in Elseworlds. It's out of continuity. It's set well in the future. But, it still does kind of tie into their overarching story that they had previously a bit. This is on DC's Black Label, which is supposedly their premium kind of imprint they have. The first book that was on their Black Label was called Batman Damned, and that one was by Brian Azzarello. And that one was a little bit disappointing. It was not that great. The story wasn't very good. The artwork was gorgeous, though. And that series has been horribly, horribly delayed. So it was only supposed to be a 3-issue miniseries, that one. And I looked it up. Issue 1 came out in September. Issue 2 came out 3 months later in December. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad. But where's issue 3? Issue 3 still hasn't came out. The ending to that story. Apparently, it's coming out in June. So it's going to be 6 months since the last issue. Horribly delayed. I'm hoping Last Night on Earth isn't as delayed as that. Apparently, issue 2 is due to come out in 2 months. So that's not too bad. So I'm very excited to check this one out. I want to see what Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo are going to do to end their story. I have to warn you, though, the story is a little bit complicated and trippy as hell. I'm going to do my best to explain it, but, bear with me. So part 1 of the story is called The Cave. When this story opens up, Batman, he's on the street, he's patrolling, and he comes across this dead, decomposing little boy. Batman touches the boy, but it looks like this boy has been rigged to shoot a gun or something at Batman, and it moves and it shoots the gun and whatever, and all of a sudden, Batman is sort of passed out. And when Batman wakes up, he is in Arkham Asylum, and he's apparently a patient in Arkham Asylum, and he has been here for 20 years. And we see his doctor, and his doctor is a guy named Redmond Hudd, but he looks an awfully lot like the Joker. I don't know the significance of that Redmond Hudd name, if it does mean anything. I'm not sure. So Bruce, he is in Arkham Asylum, and he's being treated like a crazy person. And all of a sudden, Alfred shows up, and Bruce is asking Alfred, "I want to go home," and Alfred is like, "Oh, we will once you're better." And Alfred apparently says that Bruce Wayne killed his parents many years ago in Crime Alley. So Bruce Wayne killed his own parents, and then Bruce is like, "No, that's not possible." And we see the other doctors and psychiatrists, and they're like Harley Quinn and the Riddler, and they seem to be like the sane ones, helping Bruce. And maybe Bruce Wayne is insane. And as you're reading this story, you're wondering if what the story is going to end up being in the end is that Bruce Wayne was crazy this entire time. He was never Batman, and everything was imagined. And when Bruce Wayne is in his padded cell in the asylum, he finds a little toy dinosaur and a little penny, which, if you know your Batman stories, in the Batcave, he has a dinosaur statue and a big penny. But here they have those, but small miniature form. So it's sort of adding credence to that theory that maybe Bruce Wayne is insane. Then Alfred gives Bruce this Batman-style straitjacket. So it's like a straitjacket, but it has a little bat symbol mask on top. And Alfred says that this was used for shock therapy for Bruce. So then we jump over to part 2 of the story. Part 2 is called The Right Hand. So Batman, he's wearing this straitjacket with the bat mask on, and he's fighting through everyone. He doesn't believe that he's insane. He's trying to escape everything here. Alfred and various members of the staff are chasing Bruce throughout this asylum. eventually, Alfred, he sends everyone else away, and he decides to talk to Bruce. And Alfred's explaining that this is all fake. This whole little, like, I guess Arkham Asylum here and the whole world outside or something. And Alfred appears to be wearing some sort of facial technology to make himself look younger than he actually is. So when that sort of goes away, Alfred is revealed to be in fact much, much older. But then if Alfred is much older, why is Bruce Wayne all young? So there's like lots of questions, lots of mystery here. And then Alfred explains that the world outside is all destroyed. There's no more Gotham, there's no more friends, the world is gone. And Alfred is explaining how he got this toy man to create this whole fake little world for Bruce, and for Bruce to live here or something. And Batman, he doesn't want any part of this world. He says sort of goodbye to Alfred here, but Batman, he's not gonna live in this fake world. Then all of a sudden we have this abrupt cut. All of a sudden Batman wakes up and he's in the desert. He's walking in this desert and he sees like this post holding this jar. He walks over to it. He picks it up, and in the jar is the Joker's head, which is apparently alive, and the Joker is talking to Batman. Really freaking trippy. Jumping over to part 3 called The Asylum. So Batman and Joker's head are, they're now on this journey together for some reason. And they walk to this place called Coast City, which is all destroyed. And Mogo is that planet-sized Green Lantern, the Joker's explaining that Mogo was killed by Brainiac, and all the Green Lantern rings fell to Earth. And just anyone could pick up these Green Lantern rings or something, and everything was all destroyed long ago. And then all of a sudden, there's these random grotesque baby Green Lantern manifestations being controlled by God knows what. Batman and Joker are running away from them, and then all of a sudden some sort of like invisible sort of like panel opens, and they tell Bruce Wayne to get inside, and and he does, and the door closes, and then he's inside this vehicle, it appears like, and we have Poison Ivy and this other character, Vixen, and they're sort of talking to Bruce Wayne here. Then we go over to part 4 of the story, and this one's called Echolocation. Bruce Wayne is talking to Supergirl, Vixen, Poison Ivy, and then all of a sudden we see a mohawk sporting Wonder Woman. And Wonder Woman is explaining that, all of humanity that's left is hiding in this gem world, which is this realm near the molten core of the Earth that exists outside the continuum of things. Okay. So I guess, the world has gone to hell outside, so everyone is hiding inside the Earth in this weird realm. Wonder Woman further explains that the villains won, and there was some new villain called Omega. And this Omega was wielding the anti-life equation and caused havoc, all across the world. She also explains that the original Bruce Wayne created some sort of machine that would clone and create a new Bruce Wayne every generation to continue on the fight as Bruce Wayne, as Batman, so that the world would always have a Batman. And this Bruce Wayne that we've been following this entire issue has been, in fact, a clone. And the initial Batman died in whatever war that the world went to hell in. So we are following a clone Bruce Wayne Batman. And Wonder Woman explains that this Omega, they don't know who he is for sure, but it's someone from Gotham, and it is perhaps one of Batman's disciples. So all of a sudden my mind starts thinking, is it Damian? Is it Nightwing? Is it Tim Drake? Who knows? We don't know yet. Wonder Woman announces she's made some sort of deal with the god of the dead, that the rest of humanity will go to live in the underworld, or Hades, in the dark. It's not going to be pleasant, but at least they will survive. And Wonder Woman wants Bruce to come live with them. And Bruce does not take her up on it, though. And then Batman and the head of Joker go walk into the desert, and I guess they are going to go try and fight whatever this Omega is, I'm assuming, and maybe go and save the world or something. But that is how the first issue of this storyline ends. I thought this book was pretty good. I thought the artwork was gorgeous. Greg Capullo absolutely killing it. I thought the overall story was very interesting, very intriguing, very ambitious, very kind of out there. There's lots of mystery that I want solved. I want to know how the world got the way it is. Why is the Joker's head in a jar, and how is the Joker still alive to talk in this jar? Who is this Omega? How did they destroy the world? What was their motivation for destroying the world? How is Batman going to stop this person? Is he going to succeed in stopping this person? Is humanity going to be saved in the end? There's lots of good hooks here for a very compelling read. However, I did feel overall this issue was also very kind of confusing and very weird and trippy. Scott Snyder sort of writing in that very kind of out there high concept Grant Morrison style that I don't always love. But at the same time, there is lots of stuff here that just makes me intrigued. So I'm going to give this issue an 8.5 out of 10. Some stuff I didn't like, but there's a lot of stuff here to pull me in. And this might be one of those, greatest Batman stories ever told. Who knows, but, we'll have to see. And it was definitely a worthy pickup. You got to check this one out.